Good morning, it's Harv Jackson. Just going to go through the top item that I see is the Japanese deal. It's on that got announced last night. It's a 50% level versus a 27.5 that was previously on autos. This is helping the market as it's actually coming down to a level that might be manageable for tariffs. And this article actually talks about what the tariffs used to be, basically, and settling at 15%. It could be manageable as well. It's hard to say. When the dust settles, what's going to actually be good for everyone here. And of course, the perspective of not being in the U.S. is maybe a little bit different as well. Tariffs in some of these other higher levels like Canada, Mexico are still higher, Brazil, but EU is likely on the next block to try to get something done. But as you can see in this next article here, there's some unfair trade practices. And look, in the title, it's Japan that's working with them. So Japan is signed a deal, but still going to put some pressure back onto U.S. and there's some aligning outside of the U.S. And I've said that all along. There's going to be some aligning and possible more trade that's going to end up going on outside of the U.S. as well. And this just kind of puts a little bit of a slap back on them. They really didn't make any arrangements for agriculture, and yet that's what I'm going to talk about. And they are a buyer of corn and very little of other products, but there's nothing really arranged there to speak of that's not already in their trade agreement. Trump China tariff deadline likely to be extended. That's what Bessent said, but just remember that what Trump says is probably the most important thing. But there is this 90-day tariff with 145% counter tariff and 125 that got put on as well. The just pushing it down the road, and that's the one that's probably most significant for just about all of the U.S. goods. Here's Canadian canola total exports and the expectations put out by DTN and Mitch Miller, and you can see that they moved up the agriculture, Agri-Food Canada, which is just an analyst using StatsCan's numbers, and they had to move the numbers up. It's not a surprise because there's obviously more carryout that actually came forward, and my belief is that what was always getting held into bins maybe got cleaned out a little bit with the scare of the tariffs and just financially with the interest rates coming up, and just bringing the grain to the market a little bit more because of the interest. You can see here's just getting into the weather, a little bit more dryness. I'm not totally concerned there, but there's still storm chances, of course, in the northern plains and along the Canada-U.S. border on the prairies. Just to focus on some of the higher temperatures, I am not concerned as long as there's moisture, right? So these higher yields is still getting priced into the market and thus lower prices. Here's your heat index. You can see it here. Your active weather, you got the pop-up thunder showers. It's just basically rolling across there. So if we're lucky enough to get some rain at the right time, drought might not be the major factor here. You can see here, I'm just comparing three different models. So the European artificial intelligence, you got a great big bullseye in here with no moisture in Saskatchewan, and that's the place that matters. And yet you look at the GFS, you have more scattered and maybe smaller holes of less rainfall. And here we are with the GEFS, and it looks a little bit more general, but still not significant. So this has just been updated just yesterday, so I thought I'd pull this in. Total soil moisture, northern plains or the Yellowhead corridor really deficient in soil moisture, and that's pretty well known. All the showers have been hugging along the either the mountains or the Canada-U.S. border, and you can see that here with the normal soil moisture as well. It's taking up a little bit more area as far as percent of normal. And whereas the moisture, it's in that Calgary and to the northeast as well. And when you look at the Palmer Drought Index, and this is similar kind of coloring that you see for the D1, D2, or whatever, you can see where the worst drought is situated, and it's showing just about all of Manitoba with a significant drought. There's a couple pockets that don't have, and then you've got Saskatchewan with medium drought. Oilseeds, let's just have a quick look. Canola is up pretty strong today. Rapeseed is up moderately. Soybean oil is up. And your wheats are up as well. So that's a positive day. And the Canadian dollar's up because of that optimism from the Japanese deal as well. So you can see this channel move. We're still, if we're talking about the channel, and it looks like we're getting closer to the top of that channel if it's going to stay within. And the same thing with, the opposite, I guess, with rapeseed. It's actually towards the bottom end of the channel, but it's a lot narrower channel. Your soybean oil futures need to continue to break out here to keep giving us higher highs to be continue to bullish, and nice little move that we continue to see in the crude palm oil as well. But that's not to be said what's going on with the soybean futures. Soybeans are, you can probably draw them in here, and they've basically been going sideways for quite some time with a little bit of extreme ranges that went out, but it's basically going sideways. Crude oil. Canadian dollar still now maybe moved up my upside target just to maybe the same area for the Canadian dollar. Looking at 74.5 kind of area to convert some of those U.S. dollar deficits or whatever on some of the brokerage accounts. So the U.S. dollar index, it's pulled off, and looks like it might be trying to retest its low. Wheat. And there's still some mistakes going on here, but you're looking at 612. So the graph on here is wrong, but it is right as well. But it looks like we're trying to create a bottom here on the spring wheat. So if we're going to go long when we're closer to the bottom here. And yet when you look at the hard red winter, our slow stochastics is just a few days back, and still could go along there. And the same thing with Chicago corn. Middle of the range here. And that's all I have for you today.